Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Watch and Complain.
Watchandcomplain.com.
Today we're doing the...
So the first thing that we have to talk about that Phil hasn't brought up the entire, half hour that you've been over, is I went and got...
We're missing something?
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But I went and got... I have terrible teeth. I take great care of my teeth, but I just... From early years, terrible teeth. And I had I actually have two cavities. Nobody cares about this. But the point is, whenever I go to the dentist, I hate having any hair on my face. So I'm clean shaven. And Phil got over here. We're talking, having a whole conversation the whole time. And I thought the first thing you would bring up is, oh, you fucking shaved. You're clean shaven. I've never seen you clean shaven before.
One thing you know...
And he doesn't.
What?
Doesn't even point it out the whole time we're talking. Nothing about me being clean shaven.
First of all, I noticed, but one thing you know about me is I'm overly
critical,
polite.
What would it matter? What do you? Oh, you shaved.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to stand there and laugh. So.
Look, you look like an even bigger idiot. You look like even more of a pedophile now.
Child.
But yeah,
No, I noticed. I was just like, it took me a second to get used to it, though.
I bet. I hate having facial, and especially the way this dentist does it. They put like a little he puts his dick in my mouth.
One thing to the other. First, it sounded like they put hair in your mouth. Now you went from I hate having hair on my face, and then so I love it how this dentist does it.
Well, what he does is they put that little, and if this guy's been a dentist in Kingston for years, maybe you had it done here. They put like a little plastic sheet, and they like poke only the one tooth that they're going to work on through it. I've never had that before.
Sheet,
the
dental dam.
Dental dam. Yeah, I've never had that before.
Use for oral sex.
Thank fuck I shaved.
Never used dental dam for oral sex on anyone?
No. Not even the prostitutes that I've eaten out in the back of a Denny's.
No.
But but that thing was like rubbing against the side. I'm like, dude, if I had facial hair, this would have drove me fucking nuts. I don't know how guys with facial hair, more power to them, man, when they have to get that shit done, because that shit would drive me nuts.
I've never had a problem, but I don't have much facial hair, like in general.
No.
And when it grows, it just grows like the what do we call it?
The Amish beard.
Yeah, the Amish beard. Yeah.
No, for me, it's always just been here. I can't grow a beard. I can just grow the goatee thing. And
then you're lucky.
The girls love it. The girls are like, and speaking of women commenting on my facial hair, because it happens so often because I'm so popular. One time, we had a friend of ours who she was diagnosed with cancer, and she's going to undergo chemotherapy. So she was upset she was going to lose all her hair. So I shaved my head completely like Bic bald, like we were using a razor to shave the hair off at the end of it. And I shaved my face as well. So I was like totally fucking bald. And we had this girl who was our receptionist where the office I was working in. I just kind of walked in and looked at her. And she just kind of looked at me and she's like, don't ever do that again. She just said, not hello, not, oh, you look different. Just don't ever do that again.
I never understood that. It was, imagine...
Oh, a man could never say that to a woman.
Imagine someone comes in after you got cancer, and then they shave their head, and you're like, "Are you making fun of me?"
I think she knew that I'm the type of person that this idiot just went and shaved his head. But I just thought it was quite funny. It was not, "How are you? Oh my God, do you have cancer? Oh my God, were you bald the whole time?" It was, "Don't ever do that again."
Speaking of the Adam Project.
What does that have to do with me?
No, that's what we're supposed
Bruce
to be
Willis
talking about.
Ryan Reynolds has a beard.
I don't know what.
In that movie.
They all got cancer because they were so close to that reactor.
Oh, all right. This movie is not a lot to unfold, but the stuff that we gotta talk about is very, I think probably similar to what a lot of other people have brought up. But for me, well, you know what? Hold on. You start.
Give us a quick synopsis.
A quick synopsis of it is little boy.
Wait. Go watch the show.
What show?
Go watch, the movie.
Don't watch The Adam Project.
And come back.
Don't watch it. It's not worth your time. But watch the trailer. That's all you're going to need. So Ryan Reynolds is a little boy, and then he comes back to the future. No, from the future he comes back to the past, and he meets himself. as a little kid, and he says, "Hey, we're the same guy," and also something about the future is going to stop.
Yeah.
And then so he says, "Let's go find our dad because our dad invented time travel." And then they go meet Mark Ruffalo, and they're like, "Hey, you got to stop something because the girl that you work with, who she has she makes those seats that girls sit on, vibrators, Sybians.
Oh, Sibians, yeah.
So she makes Sybians that I guess put girls into the past or the future with how good they are at vibrating their vaginal parts.
Makes you seem like you're going through time.
And so he says,
They're
"Hey,
supposed to be amazing.
you need to Mark Ruffalo needs to go kill Sibian lady," and then Sibian lady. No, that was mine.
Okay.
People talk to me too, you know.
Who?
The automatic pop up thing that I have that just
The bot.
text Rob
You got gullible
at
about.
7:39. How was your day, friend from Canada?
You need to bring your dial just a little down.
Why?
Because you're reading out.
Fuck off.
This is what we do.
Always
during
with
the
mine. Oh fuck. Hold on, I'll bring mine down.
film. And
Is that better, Philip? And then they
Restart.
they go. They find out that Sibian lady has talked to herself from the future, and she's doing some nasty shit, some shady shit.
I thought you were gonna say gymnastics.
And Mark Ruffalo and Adam Sandler, or no, what's he called? Ryan Reynolds and little Ryan Reynolds. They go to say, "Hey, shut all this shit down."
Don't forget about Rosario Dawson.
And then
Is
that
that
was
who it is?
Rosario Dawson.
Who
No,
was
it was Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana's there, and she's Ryan Reynolds' wife. Ryan Reynolds' future wife, not 13-year-old. He's not allowed to get married.
To each their own.
But you know what? If I met my older self when I was younger, I wouldn't have talked to myself. But whatever.
That'd be disappointing,
If I'd be very disappointed. But I'd be like, okay, oh my God, you got a wife and stuff? Oh, what did he say? He goes, have you had like, I think he asked him about sex. Doesn't he ask him about sex? I can't remember. I wasn't paying very much attention. But the point is, so
Yeah. So if
Zoe
you
Saldana
get laid or something like that.
shows up, and then she says, oh, fight the future. And Ryan Reynolds says, all right, we're going to go kill the Sibian. And then she dies.
This is the
and
best
then
synopsis ever.
Mark Reynolds and little
Mark Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds and little Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, and big Ryan Reynolds go to the Sibian factory and confront Sibian lady, and then she shoots herself, and then everything explodes, and then Ryan Reynolds and little Ryan Reynolds
Because she was made out of
they
C4.
disappear. And then Mark Ruffalo plays baseball, and then little Ryan Reynolds hugs his mom, who is Jennifer Garner.
They
and
live
then
happily ever after.
big Ryan Reynolds meets Zoe Saldana in a boring classroom. The end.
Oh, well, those were spoilers, but yes.
Who don't you know what? Okay. So the first thing that's got to be said about this movie is as soon as the movie comes out, they introduce that these three guys, producer, director, and star, are gonna direct, produce, star in Deadpool 3. I feel like the whole reason this movie was made was Netflix said, okay, guys, we'll throw some money towards Deadpool 3, but you got to make this Adam project. You got to make this story.
Ryan Reynolds made a joke during the bloopers reel, which is on YouTube. That
As soon as this movie ended, as soon as credits started off,
well, this wasn't during the credits. This was on YouTube, and he made a joke that they wanted The Rock for this movie.
oh, really? Oh, fuck.
I don't know if it was a joke or if he was like joking the real stuff, but it could work. Except you'd have to get a different kid, right?
I think it would be super funny to have a little skinny pencil neck kid that grows up into fucking Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Instead, well, Ryan Reynolds is pretty ripped, so.
Not for the he was bigger in Deadpool and Deadpool 2 than he was for this. But okay, I've talked enough giving our stellar award nominated synopsis of the film. What were your feelings towards the Adam project?
Overall,
I don't care.
this movie was good. I will be against you on this one. It wasn't great. It wasn't Batman. Sorry, The Batman.
The Batman.
Can't. People have been asking me, how was The Batman? And I'm like,
You should
it's
say
the
how
best
was
Batman movie.
The Batman.
It's the best Batman movie. Anyway, this movie was a fun movie to watch with your family.
People have been asking me, "Oh my God, you shaved? Are you all right?"
Or they just stand there looking at you like,
You know, one time I went to visit my dad after I'd shaved or something. I can't remember for what. And my dad, so I'm talking to my dad, and he's like looking at me like this, like what? Like something's different. And then my brother comes in, he goes, "Oh shit, you shaved your face before." And my dad's like, "Oh, that's what's different." And I'm like, "Thanks, Dad.
He's
Known you
like-
for fucking 45 years. You don't just notice now." "Oh, yeah."
did the hair finally run away from you and grow in?
Is it growing down to my pubic area?
No, nothing. No,
Big
nothing
afro
to help
balls.
that, No. So no, this is a good movie to watch with your family. It's fun. It's entertaining. Has some laughs. It's not like really bad.
That's your review of it. It's not really bad.
I enjoyed it.
Thumbs up. You know what? You should put a print across the bottom.
I didn't cry.
It's not really bad,
I didn't
Phil.
cry during it.
WhatDickTastesLike.com. What's it again?
It's not bad.
CanYouTasteIt.com. There we go. KDTastesLikeDick.com.
Well, what would you rate it? How?
You know what? Okay. For me, this should have been called, and I think I sent this to you in text. Phil gets super mad, and we brought this up before. That you super mad whenever I text you about what I don't like about the movie. Like, stop talking about the movie.
You did it this time.
So I said this should be called Cliche the Movie. Every single fucking possible sci-fi cliche was used in this movie.
Yeah.
And that got really dull. So, in fact, here's how my progression of watching this movie was. After 20 minutes, Lusty was like, "This movie's fucking boring," and walked away. After 1 hour, I fell asleep, woke up the next day, turned it on again, and then watched it in about
Immediate fell asleep again.
watched it in 10 to 15 minute increments. Whenever I would start getting tired, I'd go check on a print. I'd go check out something on my computer, do some laundry, come back up, watch it again.
I can't enjoy a movie like that. Like I've noticed that when you go to movie theaters, you're stuck there. You don't want to miss anything. When you're watching movies at home, this is the only downside really to watching movies at home, is that you can pause a lot, and you do want to, because you'll go to the washroom, you'll go get a drink, go refill your drink again, refill it on a third time. You'll lose interest real fast.
See, I for me that only unless it's a movie like this where I am very disinterested. Because for me the problem was it's extremely generic, very cliche.
Yeah.
Everything is stuff you've seen before. The
So
jokes,
a typical Netflix movie.
right?
Yeah.
And the problem is that none of the jokes land. That was everything. You could tell Ryan Reynolds trying to do his best Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But the jokes just did not land in the thing, and that got kind of old. Also, and I know it's nitpicky for me, but when I don't mind when science fiction takes huge leaps and bounds. That's okay because it's science fiction. But there's a science part to science fiction, and even the basic logic should be followed.
So which one wasn't followed here?
So at the end, now let's see if you can figure out where the logic flaw is. At the end, they shoot a hole in some window, and there's a huge ass magnet in there that's sucking everything towards.
Oh yeah. I know. What you're,
So they're like,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna shoot you with this gun, but first I'm gonna give you my life story. I'm gonna shoot you with a gun made of metal. It's got a metal bullet.
I know.
And so when Sibian Rider shoots the bullet, what should happen is Sibian Rider shoots the bullet and it goes flying towards the magnet. Instead, she shoots it, it goes straight, and then decides to turn and then go shoot.
It's like there's a stream of magnetic force, but that's not what was shown earlier.
It was, not to mention, I think it's Mark Ruffalo or Catherine Keener, I believe it is, that has a necklace on. Nothing's happened to that. Oops. Catherine Keener's wearing earrings. Nothing happens to those.
Yeah. There was another
little things like that.
Yeah.
I hate because I'm sure I was the only fucking person who noticed, or like real nitpicker dickheads notice. That always takes me out of a scene like that because it was the same with those stupid Fast and Furious movies. We're driving around in a metal fucking car and we have a huge magnet that's throwing cars around behind us. It's dumb.
What took me out of this movie a couple times was anytime Mark Ruffalo was on screen, because he just seemed like he didn't want to be there. Yeah. It's like a quick paycheck, and he's just like, yeah, you know.
I even got that vibe
bored.
when you see him at the end of Shang-Chi and even parts of fucking Endgame. He looks like he is so tired of being this Bruce Banner character.
He just wants to go home.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd rather just be with my family right now.
He wants to
I
go
don't know
back
if he
to
has
doing
one.
those. What the fuck? Oh shit! He did a drama movie where he was two twins. It's not. I'm telling you for the last time. It's the Jerry Seinfeld
Well,
comedy
if
show.
someone were to say like, Mark Ruffalo really doesn't like comic book movies, he's just doing
I
it
believe
because
that.
like he's a big name at this point because
And
of
I'm
it.
sure for a parent, especially of younger kids, no, like this is the whole reason Viggo Mortensen was Aragorn, right? Was his kid was like, holy fuck, they're offering you this role. You must take this, one of the best fucking books ever written. Like when your kids are super psyched,
Yeah.
how are you gonna say fucking no?
You
right?
remember in wrestling a guy named Goldberg. He's
Mm-hmm.
an actor too. The only reason he wanted to come back to wrestling recently was because his kid's grown up now. Well, not grown up, but like his kid's grown enough, like your kids' ages, and could enjoy him being a professional
Oh,
wrestler
really?
and could
That's
see
cool.
him do it. So that's reinvigorated.
I know Mick
role.
Foley, face mask. Hold on, I'll get his name. It's not face mask.
He's got a couple.
Hold on, I'll get it. He's got a sock puppet named Socko.
Mm-hmm.
I'll remember that. Oh, is it Mankind?
Yes.
Nice.
And
I was
Dude
fucking
Love.
pulled
and
it right out of my
Cactus
ass.
Jack.
Oh, I only remember Mankind. But I remember there was a documentary, I think it was called Behind the Mat,
Yeah.
where
think
where
you're
his wife and kids were in the audience and they were screaming. They were so
Oh,
upset
yeah.
to watch. And he was like, this is one of the reasons he had to leave because his kids couldn't watch him get punished like that anymore. Which we're getting a little off track here, but
Then it became a bestseller.
bestseller what?
Books.
Oh, really?
He wrote a book about his life, and it's a really good read. I have it.
But have you read it?
Yes, it's the
That's the important part of having a book.
one of like
You
three,
have to read the book.
One of 3 books that I've read, aside from like attempts in school.
So
It's
you've
sad,
read
but, yeah.
Mankind's My Life with Socko. You've read
Have a
The
Nice
Little
Day.
Engine That Could. Have a Nice Day. What's that? The Bon Jovi?
That's the name of his first
Oh.
book, and then the second book. Forgot what it's called. I have it.
What an exciting book it was.
No, the second book wasn't it
It's
did
a book
really
by
well.
him?
Yeah,
Okay. Is it about
he
wrestling?
wrote it
or-
completely. No ghostwriters.
Is it about wrestling?
Yeah, it's about how he got into wrestling, like growing up, how he got into wrestling, some of the stuff that happened in wrestling, and like it's a really good read.
No one's going to be able to hear you. See how much louder my voice
A lot
is
of
than
people
yours?
loved it.
I wonder how many people
get close.
touched his penile area.
He's more of a timid dude in
Penis.
real life. So, anyway, the movie.
Yeah, too generic, too many leaps in logic, and just boring. I was just bored. You
How
know?
would you rate this movie?
You know what? I don't want to say it tried, but I do want to say it kept a lot of people employed during COVID. So that's important.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that you take a role during your hopping from Marvel to Marvel.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because I like Ryan Reynolds. He's a great ambassador for Canada, and he seems like a very cool guy. You know, he hasn't, and I don't think he ever will be Chris Pratt, where he starts believing the hype about himself. Even during Deadpool and Brian being the sexiest guy in the world or universe or whatever the hell that thing is, he never seemed like he had a huge fucking ego. You know what I mean? He always seemed very grounded.
This falls in line with that other Netflix movie he did about time.
That was this.
Wasn't there one where they jumped through time and
That's what this fucking did.
Forever War or something like that?
No,
Like,
that's Tomorrow War. That's
not
with
Tomorrow
Chris
War.
Pratt.
The other one.
I don't fucking
Oh, maybe
know.
it is. Maybe. Yeah. You know what?
This is the worst review show
I was
that
say-
anyone has ever fucking done in
I
their
was
lives.
saying to the wife that
the wife, she doesn't have a name. She's caged in a box.
yeah.
She's Mankind. She's Socko the puppet in a little box.
I put my hand up.
Suck my dick.
No, we're horrible.
Can you
people.
taste it? .com. Spray fucking
No,
jalapeno filling in there.
No.
Gotta
I
be
rate
KD.
it. I rate it a 6.5 out of 10.
No.
I think it's great for families. Yes, it was a holdover until he does his next project. I think the kid did really well.
he did fine
I think we'll see more of him.
in Ryan Reynolds movies.
Maybe.
Hopefully not pornography.
Maybe, because if he had a good rapport with Ryan Reynolds might go give it to that kid. What do you think of this movie? Did you like it?
Not sucks. That's wrong. I don't want to be mean. Poor. There's a way to say it.
Has anyone
Poor.
seen other shows of ours? Hopefully not. WatchingComplain.com.
Can you taste this dick.com? Just catch it in editing. Change it in editing. When people see my mouth still flapping.
Can you taste it?